What's up, YouTube? We're back with another video, and of course, I will be doing the daily task of drawing my girlfriend once again. This time, we're going to start out with straight marker before we even think about inking the skin, because this markers, these ones in particular, don't do well when they hit Sharpie. They bleed and stuff. Well, they make the Sharpie bleed. I have no idea why. Honestly, I don't care to Google and find out. But all I know is it makes it bleed, and we're going to put that down first. Again, I started straight with the sketch, like I did yesterday. Mostly just to save time because, my phone likes to say it's out of storage and data, so that's why we're doing this. I'm going to go ahead and put in the lashes here. If I'm being honest, I've really gotten, uh, a thing for drawing lashes now. I never did, when I was younger, obviously, but the more I draw a girlfriend in particular, and just like girls in general, I've gotten really uh, used to drawing lashes, and if I'm being honest, it's kind of fun, you know. I know I'll never put on makeup in it or anything, but this is my way of putting on makeup, basically. If I ever were, putting it on the drawings. So we're gonna go ahead here and just do the belt and the loop. If I didn't have this mic, you guys would just hear the birds chirping right now and stuff, and lawnmowers and such. And it is honestly not very fun to hear. The birds are fine. It's the lawnmowers that bother me, they're so loud. And it's almost spring, which means allergy season. And if you live in Sacramento, you know that is not a fun time. Okay, we're gonna go ahead and put in the boots now. She's got on the Doc Martens. I don't know if anyone who watches his videos owns Doc Martens, but if you don't, get you a pair, Those are probably, I know they're not military grade boots or anything, but there's still some good boots to have, if you're a boot wearing person. It's always good to have a nice pair of boots, in my opinion. Go ahead and draw on the flowers, Then the stem here and then the leaves. Draw the ground. Why not? We'll draw in some stars today, because, she's a star. And so far, here's what we got, So we're going to go ahead and draw this out really quick. The reason why we do this is so, the Sharpie doesn't bleed when you erase it. Because sometimes if, you don't let the Sharpie, actually dry all the way on the paper and then you try to erase, sometimes it, runs the ink and, ruins the whole drawing. That used to happen to me a lot when I was a kid, and it's not a fun time, Kind of like that South Park episode. If you don't pizza when you're French fry, you're not gonna have a fun time. I don't know if anyone here watches South Park, but I'm excited for the new season. They brought back Starvin' Marvin, which is very controversial to say nowadays, in my opinion. But they brought him back, and they also have P Diddy. So I'm kind of wondering why Starvin Marvin and P Diddy are seen like in the same scene in the trailer. And honestly, I don't even want to find out because I feel like it's going to be something quite weird. But it's South Park, so I'm going to watch it anyways because it's going to be hilarious. You know, this is quite possibly my worst enemy, a water droplet that goes on the drawing. Luckily, we have a fix for that. You just get your paper towel here and you just gotta dab it. You know. Okay, there we go. While we have this red, we're just gonna go ahead and just put it on these flowers here. Just why not? We already had the red ink on the paintbrush. Honestly, I don't even know what kind of flowers these are. I really just be like making up stuff like Dr. Seuss sometimes. You know, like he says, like it's a thingy mabob. A whatchamacallit. So we're gonna go ahead and here and paint her hair. You know, she changed her hair to back to her natural hair color, which is like a brownish, like blondish. Obviously, it was blonde when she was little, but like the older you get, the more your hair like turns darker. If I'm being honest, I like the brown better on her, anyways. You know, people would beg to differ and be like blonde's better, but that's not the opinion I have. But we will go in and add some blonde highlights, you know, just to like add some shine to there. You know what I mean? So there we go. And then we're gonna go in and kind of do her skirt here. To be honest, I kind of like rambling on these videos because then I don't have to like have the anxiety of putting like music over it or anything. But I also wonder like who's actually watching these videos all the way through, other than my girlfriend, of course. So if you are, just put in the comment section something that you watched the video all the way through. I guess. What I am going to be doing soon though is start reviewing animes and just draw the anime character with the review. I feel like that's never been done before. And if you want to take my idea, then honestly, at least make sure you do a good job of it. My girlfriend has already started doing that actually. She reviewed Yu Yu Hakusho. I'll put the link in the bio to that review. Um, yeah, it's actually her first time watching it. Her favorite character is Kuwabara, which honestly surprised me because, usually Kuwabara is like not like anyone's favorite, in my opinion. Usually people like Hiei or, you know, Kurama. There's barely been like any Kuwabara love. Even though I know people like him. But it's like when you're going up against like Yusuke and Hiei and Kurama, like it's hard to see why people would say they're their favorite over him. Even though he is cool, he's not my personal favorite in Yu Yu Hakusho. Mine is, honestly, as cliche as it sounds, Hiei. But in terms of like villains it has to be Toguro. But Togoro's not even like my number one villain. My real number one villain is actually I am forgetting his name. It's Sensui, because he's just amazing. I never really saw a better written character, in my opinion, in anime up until like Sensui. There's been better characters since Sensui, but like at the time when I had seen Sensui, I hadn't seen better written characters than him. Especially with like the whole personality changing aspect. That was just like God tier level writing, in my opinion. I really think Yu Yu Hakusho deserves more praise. And here's the drawing of my girlfriend. See, we got the sparkles and the plants and stuff. And thank you for tuning in. Hold on, we're just gonna add like a little bit more detail here to the hair, before we wrap it up. We might as well. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, here's the finished official drawing. Thank you for watching the video. Please like and subscribe. And stay around for the next video.